Look, you go into a grocery store compared to where we were 3 years ago when Joe Biden came out on top of that election. 3 years back. Compare where we are price-wise for milk, eggs, bread, a used car, a mortgage rate on a house. It doesn't matter what metric you use. People are getting crushed out there, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And no matter what this administration says, and no matter what Joe Biden says, going around, talking about how great things are and how great the economy is, and gosh, isn't he the best? I mean, people know the truth. I mean, goods and services overall, since Biden took office, they're up 20%. Gas prices are up more than 50% since he took office. Like you just said, food, 25%. I mean, people know the reality. And I have to tell you, Steve, for me, I was actually giddy when the president all of a sudden and the administration decided, I'm going to go around the country and start talking about these great things and call them Bidenomics.
Oh, my gosh.
This is
You and me
the
both.
Worst.
It's the worst marketing pitch ever. I mean, it's horrible.
Well, yeah, I absolutely, Steve. I mean, I can't decide if it's the rollout of new Coke or Bidenomics. I'm trying to decide which one is going to be known as the worst marketing blunder in history.
Actually, my comparison is to giving a guy in a bathtub a Bud Light. That's what I compare it to.
Well, that is true. That may be number one. Bidenomics may be number two. New Coke now might be number three.
Yeah, it's rough out there. Tough crowd today. But look, people know. I mean, people. I mean, I know people right now that want to buy. Now, listen, I understand that 2% and 3% percentage rates on mortgages. That's not really the real world. We're kind of back into a reality of what mortgages normally cost. But people, they're not used to it. Young people that are in their 20s, 30s, even early 40s are like, we've seen these low prices for a long time that want to buy houses, not doing it. You look at the price of used cars, still through the ceiling, right? It's just stifling to the American family, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that the reality we know did exist under the Trump administration, for example. So we actually do know that there is a better formula out there. And there is, and that is actually called an environment where lower taxes, less regulation, and the support of small business and free enterprise and entrepreneurialism actually works.
Yeah, so, I mean, how do I look at, here's my problem with this. I look at the continuing resolution here from a few days ago where the spending continues. Not what Mike Johnson wanted, and I'm going to give him a little bit of time to get into the ability to get all 12 bills put together. But look, all that massive spending triggered inflation. That's just the way it is. The government printing piles of money, devaluing your dollar, meaning your purchase power is going down. The price of everything's going up, and they know it. I mean, this is just reckless fiscal policy that's driving all these problems. That's why Argentina just brought in a new guy yesterday saying, oh, we're done with this socialist nonsense. You're killing us. I think Americans are right on the cusp of doing the same because they look at Bidenomics. And you're right. The Democrats, I'm riding with Biden. It's Bidenomics. And if you don't see how great it is, you're just too dumb to understand. That's the message they're sending out there. If you're explaining, you're losing, Alfredo.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And, yeah, that is interesting what just happened in Argentina where they voted libertarian, actually, for the first time in history, actually, across the globe, actually, it's the first time a libertarian's been voted in office. But, yes, absolutely. I mean, the American public knows. Joe Biden and all the other clowns think that, we're just stupid. I mean, that's really what it has to come down to. I mean, that must be what they think, that the American public, that you and I are just stupid people.